Welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 159. Last week I said I was going to do a review on a movie that you got to going to go into another world, um, go to another world where reality is not reality. Well, hey, The Matrix, The Matrix. I tell you, man, it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. I had a feeling that I was going to run into this movie sooner or later. Good thing I didn't do it sooner because now it is the 20th anniversary this year. 20th anniversary, The Matrix, 1999, starring Keanu Reeves, John Wick himself, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Ann Moss, Hugo Weaving, Joe Pantoliano, Joe Pantoliano. Written and directed by the Wachowskis. This movie, man. This movie shook up the world. That's all I gotta say about it. It shook up the world. What they did in this movie, all the major principles, including the Wachowskis, who, of course, they created this world. I mean, leave it to those ladies to, leave a lasting memory for all the masses out there, all the people out there that went to that theater on May 31st, 1999, on March 31st, 1999. They went to that theater and they saw this movie. Man, what an impression. I mean, when you saw the Super Bowl ad of this movie, the teaser trailer, when you saw that, you had no idea what you were seeing. And when they hit you with the website, and this is one of the very few movies that use a website as their marketing tool. This is one of the very first movies to do that. This and Blair Witch Project, which also came out in '99. But yeah, this movie right here, they use the website. Whatisthematrix.com as their marketing tool. I tell you, this movie, man, it changed the way you watch movies, man. It changed the way movies were made. This movie has shook up the world. I mean, the opening scene alone, you got Carrie-Ann Moss's character, Trinity, she's caught by the cops, or so we think. Next thing you know, she disarmed one. When I say disarmed them, I mean not only he didn't draw his gun, hell, well, when she spun around, grabbed his arm, broke it in half, hit him in the face with that pummel strike, and then she got up and did with the floating crane kick. And we saw that 360 camera motion. Oh my God. 100% innovative. Never seen before. Never done before. Often imitated. Will never be duplicated. Unless you're talking about the Matrix sequels. But man, After that opening scene, when Trinity took out the cops, when she was running from the agents to when she got out of the Matrix, when she escaped the Matrix, everybody, everybody was blown away at what they saw. I mean, shot for shot, the angle, the everything. This movie is still mind-blowing to this day. The effects in this movie, it still holds up. 20 years later, it still holds up. Jeez. I mean, man, I swear. This movie is a gem. And it's not even a rare gem, but it is a gem nonetheless. As a matter of fact, yeah, it is a real gem. It is a rare gem. I mean, you never see anything like this ever again. Not in this fashion anyway. I mean, you'll see movies that will try and duplicate it, but it's going to imitate it. But the way that it was done in this fashion, you never see it like that again. I mean, I tell you, this movie, it changed the game. It shook up the world. It changed the game. And we all ate out of it through the palm of their hands, all because of the Wachowskis. Leave it to those girls. They knew what they was doing, and they did it. They're geniuses, man. I mean, say what you want about what they did afterwards. Speed Racer, Cloud Atlas, Jupiter Ascending. Those movies worked out. But what they did with the Matrix, I mean, it still holds up today. I mean, what I said in the End of the Dragon review, the fight scenes in that movie, it was state of the art, but it was elevated. It elevated in that time frame, but fight scenes after that, you start to elevate and elevate and elevate. But this movie right here, it elevated to the highest penthouse level, high rent district level. And with that being said, it has never been topped. It has never been topped. The high rate district, it never been topped. Like I said, often imitated, never duplicated. I mean, after the Matrix, man, you got the Jet Li movies that came in, the American Jet Li movies that came in, and man, I tell you, Romeo Must Die, Jet Li was the one-man Matrix in that movie. And then you had Charlie's Angels in 2000, and then you had Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and a whole other bunch of movies. Lots of comedies, lots of action movies, lots of comedies. And yeah, this movie, it took a whole other new formula. I mean, you got these award-winning actors, and they turned them into action stars. Okay, you got these actors, and they turned them into action stars, opposed to the action stars of the 80s and 90s. Okay, now that their era is over, you got actors turned into action stars. Okay, 6 months of 6 months of fight training just to do one good 3-minute, 5-minute, 8-minute, 10-minute fight scene. This is what we got now, Jack. This is what we got now. And now these cats, they got to measure up to what is going on right now. I mean, I'm telling you, the effects in this movie up to a higher scale. The, the editing effects in this movie up to a higher scale. Production design, everything. Yeah, this movie, revolutionary. This movie is revolutionary. Often imitated, never duplicated. The Matrix. Just this movie might be one of the greatest fairy tales of our time. One of the greatest fairy tales of our time. I mean, you got Keanu Reeves, the third film, the third coolest film that he ever done in the 90s. I mean, yeah, you got Point Break, you had Speed, and now you got The Matrix. The third film, Point Break, he did back in '91. He started out with that. Started out the decade with that, and then Speed came in just a little bit after, and then long after that, he had a few hits and misses, but hey, The Matrix. Close out the entire decade. This is the movie of the decade, The Matrix. It's the movie of the decade. That's how big this is. I mean, it became a huge phenomenon. It's a goddamn Oscar winner for every single category it was nominated in. It won. That's how big this movie is. That's how important this movie is to Hollywood. If you're going to nominate it for an Oscar, for like, what, 4 or 5 times, was it? Was it? 1, 2, 3, 4 Oscar nominations. Yeah, best film editing, best sound effects editing, best visual effects. One. I tell you, it just don't get any bigger and better than that, can it? Not only is it an Oscar winner for every single category it was nominated in, but hey, it won a few other awards from it won a few other awards, British Academy Film Awards and the Saturn Awards, it won a few there. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, took things to a much higher level, and it conquered. It is the king of sci-fi action. It's the king. Yeah, science fiction action film. It's a sci-fi action film that nobody will ever knock off the throne. I mean, yeah, this movie, it has the Iron Throne. This movie is the Iron Throne. Okay, The Matrix. This is the Iron Throne. Yeah, throwing the Game of Thrones reference there. Yeah, but yeah, this movie, yeah, it is the Iron Throne. I mean, yeah, you got a futuristic dystopian type of a futuristic dystopian type of story in this sci-fi action film. I mean, the cyberpunk subgenre. It pretty much took pieces from. It took lots of pieces from the Japanese animation. I mean, when I first saw this movie back in '99, when I first saw this movie, I said to myself, this is like a Japanese animated film come to life. Those are my exact words. And yeah, when you look at it, everything that you see, the sparring scene between Neo and Morpheus. Morpheus is fighting Neo. The sparring scene. Man, I tell you, he looked like a Japanese animated movie. It looked just like it. And then you got the final fight with Neo and Smith. Real good stuff, man. They give you that Western feel, you know. And then the subway station, Neo over there, Smith, Neo over there, Smith over there. You get the shot of their hand next to their gun. Newspaper flying right, it blows right in between them. Like tumbleweed right before the showdown. Next thing you know, yeah, they draw, start blasting each other, but only this time, not only they're blasting at each other, they're charging at each other at the same time. Jump, flying towards each other, still firing, and we get that crazy bullet time effect. And like I said, when this movie is often imitated and never duplicated, the bullet time effect on the roof. You know what I'm talking about. Neo evading each shot, and it's in slow motion, zipping right past him, zipping right past him, zipping right past him as he is leaning completely back. 100% innovative. This movie is. Can't deny this movie's power. And this movie got a lot of it. But lots of great stuff, man. Lots of great stuff. Morpheus taking out Smith in the bathroom. Morpheus holding his own. But Smith, man, he got that superior strength. Yeah, Morpheus, he held his own, but just was not good enough for him. Smith still beat him. And then you got the you got a lot of great stuff. The Oracle in this movie, the Oracle, this character named Oracle, she's like she's the prophesizer. She reminds you of your favorite grandma. I mean, the way she come off, she's like your favorite grandma. You wanna come over, spend time with, talk to. I tell you, I know I would have broken that vase. Of course, it would have been accidental, but yeah. Yeah, when she told Neil to not worry about the vase. Yeah, Neil said, "What vase?" And then he turned around, knocked it over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's really gonna make you noodle later on is when you're still broken there, if I hadn't said anything. Yeah. I keep saying to myself, I know I would have. Yeah, I tell you. Of course, accidentally, but still, I know I would have. But yeah, lots of great stuff that come out of this movie, and it's just high up there, high magnitude. I cannot really give praise to this movie any more further than I am right now. But dude, just gotta let you know, just gotta tell you, The Matrix shook up the world, changed the game, elevated everything. Now everything is measured up to the Matrix. Everything. I mean, yeah, the philosophy behind it, everything. People still trying to put pieces of it together as far as the philosophy is concerned. The biblical aspects of it too. I tell you, great stuff. But yeah, I tell you, man, this movie. If you have not seen it, then why you watch this review? But yeah, if you have seen it, do yourself a favor. Watch this movie again. It's on Netflix right now, so go ahead, put that search in. Get it? Yeah, I tell you, this movie automatically a straight 5 out of 5. I mean, the music behind the movie too, not just the score, but the soundtrack. If you're a real metalhead, then the soundtrack you probably would have bought right then and there. I mean, the last song, the song that played when the movie was ending, "Wake Up" by Rage Against the Machine. Man, hits hard. Just like this movie. Real good stuff though. Straight 5 out of 5, man. That's my review, Jack. And I'm sticking to it. I tell you. Next week, though. Next week, going to I'm gonna go into the comic book world, the graphic novel world, and get into this adaptation of one of the greatest graphic novels ever written. One of the greatest, not the greatest. One of the greatest graphic novels ever written by Alan Moore. But I'm gonna get into that one next week. So yeah, check out my other shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. In the meantime, in between time, this show is off.